Welcome to Destination Central. I'm Amy Forrest, and this week we're in the beautiful town of Te Aroha at the Aroha Cruise In Event. Now, this event is all about the classic cars, the hot rods, the bikes, and of course the beautiful town that is Te Aroha. So we're going to be checking out this awesome event and catching up with some of the organisers involved in the event and showcasing all the highlights for you at home. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. So Sarah, can you give us an overview of this event?
Absolutely, Amy, yes. The event was formed about 5 years ago, and the reason was to try and get the focus on Te Aroha and bring people to the town, but also because everyone loves classic cars and bikes. So what better way to bring them to town than to have a show, and it also gives us a chance to fundraise as well.
And how many people do you expect to come along over the weekend?
I think probably last year was around about the 3,000 mark, so we're hoping to match if not exceed that.
So how far have people travelled to attend this event?
All over the place. It's very hard to tell because only some people register online, but I know for a fact we've got them from Whakatane, Taupo, Tauranga, Hamilton, Auckland, so all over the place.
Now, this event does serve a purpose other than just entertaining people. What are you fundraising for this year?
What this event does, Amy, is it gives groups in town the opportunity to collect gold coin donations from people. That includes the Te Aroha Fire Brigade, the Lions and Rotary Clubs, St John's Ambulance, and this year Westpac have also joined us and they're raising funds for the Chopper Appeal.
And how much are you hoping to raise?
In past years, I believe they've raised in excess of $3,000, so we will be looking to get that at least.
And how long have you been planning this event for?
This year only since about the end of May. Normally it's a lot longer planning, but this year just since May.
So tell us about the work that has been involved to make this event such a success.
Huge amounts. Obviously we've had help from past committee members, which have been amazing, and also a lot of new work gone into things, a lot of new things on, so yeah, a lot of work.
And what would be your highlights so far?
Highlights for me would be just people's enthusiasm for the show. They love Te Aroha, they love coming back, they just have an absolute passion for the cars and bikes, and it's actually really infectious.
And what else are you looking forward to over today and tomorrow?
Probably to see how the V8 simulator goes. I think people are very interested in that. It'll be great to see who wins some prizes later on. But really, I just hope that everyone has a fantastic day.
And do you think this event will carry on in the future?
I really hope so, Amy. It's already very, very popular and it's picking up momentum every year, so I don't see any reason why it shouldn't continue.
Now, can you tell us about the variety on show here?
Yeah, absolutely. There's something for everyone, Amy. We've got a free bouncy castle for under 12s down by the Grand Tavern. We have a kids centre in the future Te Aroha building, which is great. So from 11 till 2 there's lots of activities for the kids. Parents can take them there and they know that they're looked after and they've got something to do. We also have lots obviously of entrants, so we have hot rods, we have bikes, we have race cars. We actually have a Ford and a Holden area this year, which is really exciting. We've never done that before, and that's in Riwi Street outside the RSA. So yeah, there's lots and the bike section is big this year. So we've got a drag bike in there, we've got some racing bikes in there. It's really exciting.
And what about the entertainment?
The entertainment, we've actually got 2 live bands today. So obviously we cover quite a large area. So we've actually got a live band down by the Grand Tavern. They're called Jimmy and the Beamers. They're a local band. And then we have another local band called the Bonneville Band. And 2 of those members are actually founding members of the Aroha Cruise In. So they'll be playing for 3 or 4 times throughout the day today with some great live music.
Great, thank you very much, Sarah.
No problem.
Hi Bruce, so what do you think of the event so far?
Oh, it's a great event. It's in its 5th year, I think. Seems to get better every year. It's always weather dependent, but today's a little bit overcast, but it's fantastic. All the people have come out, brought their cars out. Really, really good.
Well, it's actually a perfect day because it's not too hot, is it?
Exactly, yeah.
And how are you involved in this weekend's event?
I'm part of the business association. We own the pub in the middle of town. We've got probably a good profile there. Obviously it's financially good for us, but it's also a good way of profiling town, getting everybody into town and just seeing what a beautiful town we've got.
Now tell us about the poker run that kicks off tomorrow morning.
It's basically run in association with Havoc, which is a Holden car club in Auckland and the Waikato HSV Club, and it's just something to do on a Sunday. It extends the weekend. It extends the cruise-in for another day. Hopefully people will stay in town.
And how does it work? Where will you be travelling to?
Poker run basically works where you have 5 stops and you get five playing cards, and at the end of the day, whoever has the best poker hand wins the prize. And we're going from here. First stop's our pub, obviously, and then we go to Tahuna, to Taupi Tavern, the top pub in Lawrenceville, and then back to our place for lunch.
It sounds like an awesome day, so tell us about the prize.
The prize this year is sponsored by us, and it's a big Steinlager chili bin full of Steinlager products and a few other bits and pieces.
And why did you decide to get involved with such an event?
With the poker run? It's not really about the money. It's if we have 10 cars and they pay $20 each, it covers its costs, and that's about it. It's, as I said before, it's about extending the cruise-in and giving people something fun to do on a Sunday. It's all about profiling the town for me. The longer people stay in town, the more we profile it, the more people see how beautiful town we've got.
Now tell us about the opportunities that this brings to the people of Te Aroha.
Well, apart from the obvious financial reward today, as I say, it's about profiling. It's all about people experiencing our town. Our town's not on the way to anywhere. You have to come to Te Aroha. So the more that people come to town and have a look and see what we've got to offer, the more they'll come back hopefully and spend a bit of time here.
And what would your personal favourite part of Te Aroha be?
Everyone says the mountain. Everybody says the mountain, and the mountain's a beautiful backdrop. It is beautiful, but the people of Te Aroha are fantastic. It's the reason I came here. I came here 15 years ago. I had 2 job offers. I could have been here or somewhere else. And I just came and walked uptown, and everybody said hello with a smile on their face, and it's never changed. The people are fantastic. Great place to bring your kids up. Great place to live.
Great, thank you very much, Bruce.
No worries.
Well, the sun is shining and we are having an awesome time here at the Aroha Cruise In Event. Be sure to stick around after the break. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Nice to
How are
meet
you?
you.
Yeah.
Now we've pulled Bill away from playing in the band, so I won't keep you for too long, but I wanted to hear about, I heard that you started the event or played a key role in starting the event. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, we had a long shifted to Te Aroha, and I got involved with a great team of people here, and we ran the first event in 2008,
Yep.
and this is the 6th time it's been run. This year, thankfully, the Business Association has taken over and done a wonderful job, as you can see. Look at them all. You know.
Yes.
Wonderful, yeah.
So
And big
you-
help because we weren't an incorporated society, so we couldn't get funding. They were able to get funding, and the event's just going to keep growing now. It's great.
Yeah, so how has it grown over the years? How did it begin?
Well, the first year we thought if we got 100 cars we'd be lucky, and I think we ended up with just under 300.
Wow.
And it's grown. Every year we seem to get about 50 more cars and bikes, and we even had tractors, a bunch of tractors here and army vehicles, you know. It's
Oh,
great,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So
really
any
exciting.
kind of vehicle you got comes, and any kind of collectible.
A whole
yeah.
range to keep everyone happy.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't find a car you like here,
Don't come.
Yeah.
Now, I hear that you also have the current record for the fastest land speed record. Can you tell us about that?
yeah, well, in 2008 we put a new little car. Way back in 1979, I was the first New Zealand to ever race a car on the salt after Old Burt Munro. And then we got the bug to go back in 2008, built a brand new car, and it's here today. It's parked over the way here.
Yep.
And although I'd been there 3 times before, we'd never actually got an official land speed record. For this little car, which is a rear-engine modified roadster, it's the fastest one in the world.
Wow.
We went 165 miles an hour, and that's with a vintage engine.
Yep.
So we're pretty happy with that, and if we can raise money, we'll love to go back.
Oh,
But
that is awesome.
it's a big cost.
Yeah, I can hear something starting up now. It's
Yeah.
all go here today.
It's all go,
very
yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
And you're also playing in the band as well. So
Yep.
what sort of music are you playing today?
Well, we're playing rock and roll today, and my roots go way back because my hair's gone blonde. I used to play in a band in New Zealand, and we went to England called the Human Instinct.
Okay.
And then I've never retired from music, but I retired from professional music, if you like. But I've always played guitar, and we do all sorts of music, but it's rock and roll today.
Wonderful. Well, you can't beat rock and roll on a day like this.
Yep.
So we're going to have a little listen to you playing it throughout the day,
Yeah,
I'm
good
sure.
one.
So I will let you get back to it, but have
Yep.
an awesome weekend.
Yeah, no, nice talking to you.
Cheers.
Yeah,
See ya.
good one.
Hi Paul, so tell me a bit about your career to date.
Yeah, about 20 years, New Zealand Motorsport, Trans Am Lights, NZ-V8s, president for the class for 10 years, and then now Super Tours, which is involved with M3 racing, just Murph, manual and more, that's the 3 M's. Yeah, and it's a sort of high-end New Zealand motorsport industry that we're involved with and what we do.
And what's the industry like here in New Zealand?
The racing's strong. It's very competitive. There's a lot of Australian supercar drivers now coming out for our endurance rounds. Yeah, the racing I don't think's ever been better in the country. Sponsorship's hard because of what we're involved with in the global financial crisis. I suppose it is a trickle-down effect down here in New Zealand, but yeah, it couldn't be better for racing, that's for sure.
So what is your role at this year's event?
Well, Sarah asked me to come along and do a guest speaking thing, which we did last night at the opening. And yeah, we've got a stand here also for Eastern Performance Centre with all our stuff. And yeah, just basically helping out doing some prizes this afternoon, and yeah, gladfully being part of such a cool event.
Yeah, so this is the first time that you've attended this event. What do you think so far?
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm a petrol head hot rodder from way back, so I love this sort of stuff. Bikes and cars and fuel, and yeah, this is me to a T.
So have any shiny cars caught your eye so far?
Yeah, I like there's an orange Dodge down the end there, which I think is pretty cool. I've actually got a 64 Impala that was meant to be here, but we didn't quite get here today.
Yep. Hopefully
we might drag it along next year.
Okay, so you will be returning next year?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Great event, and hey, Te Aroha's really turning on the weather, and we're staying down at the landing.
Yep.
And what a fantastic place, and amazing people, really friendly, and it's refreshing to see such a good turnout in a cool little town.
Yeah. And tell me a bit more about your stall here today.
Eastern Automotive Performance Centre is a business that I've had for about 20 odd years, and I've now got a business partner, Mike Child's involved, and we do performance work, we do fleet work, we do performance work, hot rod late model Commodores, and into the old cars now as well. So we're putting new engine components and parts and wiring and brakes and that all into the old stuff. So this is very fitting for our business. You know, nice radiators and shiny superchargers and reprogramming computers and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, very fitting for our business also.
Now you mentioned a bit about your new do before, so can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah. The hat's on because the sun's out, but we had a bit of a head shake for canteen. We raised $7,000 for the head shave itself. Murph, my racing buddy, he gave us a bit of a skim. This for Franklin, and we raised a total of $40,000 on the day.
Wow.
So it's for a good cause, you know. Canteen, kids cancer, tugs on everyone's heartstrings, and for a great event. So hopefully before the sun gets a bit harder, I'll get a bit more hair on top.
Great, thank you very much.
Hey, no problem.
Cheers.
Great, thanks.
Hi Craig, so tell me, how are you enjoying this weekend's event?
Absolutely loving it. I've been coming since the first one, which is I think 6 years ago. I've been playing in the band every year. This year I've just had a bit of a rest because I just got back from Europe. So, but yeah, no, I love it. It's a really good event, well run, and nice cars.
Now you have what a lot of people would refer to as the ultimate job, so tell us, what do you do?
I build hot rods. So living a dream really, because there's not many guys get the opportunity to do what they're really passionate about.
And how did you get into this career?
You know, I started probably when I was a kid doing slot cars and all that sort of thing, and yeah, just eventuated from there, and I built my first car in 1969. So yeah, it's just sort of eventuated from there. I did my trade as a painter and paver hanger, and then was always passionate about the cars and building them in my spare time. And then just decided to take it up full time about 9 years ago now.
Now tell us about the hot rod behind you.
This one here I built it, it's been on the road for 12 months. I built it for some friends that wanted a car rebuilt from what it was originally, but what I did was strip it down to just the 2 chassis rails, and we started completely again with a brand new body and brand new whole car really. So, and Anna Clothier is the lady that owns it, and basically likes bling. So it's a bling car, but it's
yeah, it is. It's a beautiful car. And how long did it take to build?
It took me 6 years, probably on and off, not full time 6 years, but to build a car like this, you've got to spend a lot of time and hours that you don't really see. But yeah, basically 6 years. If it had been taken down to hours, it probably would have been 2 years.
Is 2 years sort of probably the general time it would take?
Yes, yeah, to do something right from ground up. So I did everything except the upholstery, including the painting, and so yeah, basically I did everything and then shipped it out to do the upholstery. So yeah, the 2 years would have been at my place, all full time. So.
Oh, awesome. Now I spoke to Bill about the fastest land speed record that he's achieved, and I hear that you were part of the team building as well. So tell us about the spec.
Bill and I have been going to the Salt since 1979. I didn't go on the first trip because my daughter had just been born then, so I couldn't afford to go.
It's a good excuse.
But I've gone back with Bill every year since, and yeah, basically we built the car, 3 of us built the car. 2007, sorry. I'm just hearing in my ear here, this car's just won the top car.
Oh wow, congratulations, that's very exciting news.
Amazing, so cool.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
That's a bonus. Nigel and Lana will be happy, so. We've been going, we intend to go back and run it again. He's probably told you all about that, so. Yeah. So that's exciting, yeah. I'm looking forward to that because I get to drive it this time, so.
Well, congratulations on winning the award, and we'll let you go. Thanks for having a chat to us, but go and celebrate.
Yeah, we will. Probably go and have a beer or something.
Exactly.
Thanks very much.
This vehicle has just taken out the People's Choice Award and the Best Hot Rod Award, and you can see why. It's a beautiful car. Now stick around after the break as we check out some more classic cars. So Shaun, tell me, how are you involved in the event today?
I'm the chairman of the Te Aroha Business Association, and we've taken over from a group of local guys that started the Aroha Cruise In. So they kept it going for 5 years, and it was just getting too big and too much effort for, they had jobs and other bits and pieces. So we got together and said, well, how can the Business Association help? It's a great thing for the town, it brings a lot of people in, and so we said, well, how can we make that work? So the businesses got together and said, okay, let's dedicate someone to the project, which is Sarah Ross. And so she's been organising the whole event this year, coordinating with the same people. It's all a lot of volunteers and other bits and pieces. So it's a real community event, but it just needed someone to drive it and take it over. And that's where the Business Association could help and really hopefully take it to the next level. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an amazing event today, so you should all be so proud of
all the people and cars. It's fantastic.
It's really quite exciting, and there's a real buzz in the atmosphere. Yeah. But tell us about the other opportunities that this brings to Te Aroha.
It's really good for Te Aroha in the fact that it brings people that wouldn't normally come to our towns. We are a bit tucked out of the way, and they come and experience our town and our hospitality. Te Aroha is unique in the world for our hot mineral soda water. There's nowhere else in the world that has natural soda water bubbling out of the ground that you can have a spa in. So it's getting people into the town and realising what we've got. And the people that come here just love the town, the people are friendly, it's a great place to live, good place to do business. So it really all helps to promote our town and bring new people in. So that's a real plus for it. And hopefully we can develop it now that we've got Sarah on board organising this. We're looking at how we can make the next step, and hopefully we can build this up to something that gives us a sustainable position that we can actually employ someone to keep promoting Te Aroha for the intrinsic values it's got. So.
Yeah. So you think this event will keep growing in the future?
It'll keep growing, definitely. So we've got a hold of it now, and you can see today it's fantastic. Lots of cars, lots of people everywhere, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger.
It certainly is an amazing event to showcase the town. Now, as a resident of Te Aroha, what would you promote about the town?
A lot of people now, when they come to a country, or even locals, really want to experience the local touch. The bit boutique and out of the way, not the big tourist traps. and we fit that bill perfectly. So we're really excited about the opportunities we've got in Te Aroha. We've got a lot of business. You know, people are coming to the Waikato now as a first stop destination with Hobbiton. You know, we're only 30 minutes drive
Just
from
up the
Hobbiton.
road.
Yeah, they've got over 200,000 people a year going to Hobbiton. If we can get 5 or 10% of them stopping in and having a look at this little town, well, that's good for the whole town.
Yeah, exactly. And it is a beautiful Kiwi town, isn't it, with a lot of history here.
Yeah, it is. And we've got the river, we've got the mountain. It's just a great place to live, it's a great place to work, but it's also a really neat place to visit.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much for having a chat, and I wish you all the best with the event, and hope it goes well over the next couple of days.
It's a success already, so we're very happy.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaun. Cheers. So, Steve, tell me, how are you involved in this weekend's event?
Well, today I'm just a spectator, but last night I was guest speaker at the meet and greet.
Yep.
And we had a lot of fun. It was a great night, big crowd there, and I managed to speak first, which was good, so I was able to sit down and enjoy myself afterwards.
Awesome.
And I sort of waffled on a bit about cars I've written off in my life, and the Man Caves book that I wrote, and some interesting people that I've met.
So what other topics were discussed last night?
Well, Frank Bunce talked about rugby and ballroom dancing, surprisingly enough, and then Bill Ward talked a lot about his automotive career and a bit of music, and Paul as well. So yeah, it's a good wide range.
Now, I hear you're a bit of a high profile here in the town, so how do you contribute to Te Aroha?
I don't know if I'm high profile, but I've been here for a long time. I grew up here, and I've lived here my whole life, apart from 20 years where I had to get away from the place. But I'm back here now and love it, and kids grow up here, and I guess, well, I've taught in schools, and I'm a primary school caretaker and a marriage celebrant, and a bit of an author as well, and a freelance writer, so yeah, and we just try and get involved in lots of little community things and kids sport, and yeah.
Now, back to the event, what do you think of today's turnout?
Oh, I think it's magic, and I think it's grown every year, and I don't know what sort of numbers was this year, but there's a lovely feeling here today, and Te Aroha's a beautiful little place to come to, and just people are relaxed and enjoying themselves, and that's the main thing, eh?
Now, this event is showcasing your town, so what are your favourite things to do here?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot there, but what I like about Te Aroha is I've lived all over the world, and we don't like our house here, and we don't like our car, and I'm actually really hoping someone's going to nick my car, but they don't, and just the community spirit's great. You find lots of the same people always involved in giving back, and great place for our kids to grow up, and hard to beat the mountain on a good day, and just making the most of getting out and about and enjoying your time with people, eh?
Yeah, definitely. And so have there been any vehicles that have caught your eye today?
Yeah, all the ones I can't afford.
Of course.
So I get a bit excited when I see the for sale sign, and then I see the price of them. But I actually talked last night. I had a beautiful old Valiant that was my baby, and my wife twisted my arm to sell it so we could buy a house. And when your wife says to you, "Don't worry, honey, you can get another one another day," they're lying. You never can. You can never get another one like that. So.
It doesn't happen.
No.
And what about the entertainment?
Oh, good. Lots of music, and lots to eat, and it's just a nice feeling. I went into the pub, and there's people sitting down talking to themselves and enjoying life, and yeah, so there's lots on show.
Great, thank you very much, Steve.
No problem.
Cheers. Well, the event is coming to a close here at the Aroha Cruise In Te Aroha. So it's off home for us, but we've had an awesome time and hope you've enjoyed seeing the highlights from your living room. See you again next time on Destination Central. Bye.